there is something quite weird going on. I've noticed the following. Every ethnic group on this earth has the quote-unquote right to stand up for themselves and to go against the established order when they are victimized. If in Tibet, the Tibetan people are harmed by the Chinese administration and they revolt, they even go against Chinese law, internationally they are supported because it's violation of human rights. If someone makes sarcastic jokes about Ashkenazi Jews and may be interpreted in a very hurtful way, you have many organizations that stand up and say, you can't do that. If it's some indigenous tribe from Brazil or from Mexico that is being trampled upon, they have their representatives and they even have criminal organizations that will stand up for them. I've noticed the following. Every ethnic group on this earth is tolerated to violate the established order around them when they are victimized by the same established order. Under normal circumstances, or let's say under peaceful circumstances, we won't tolerate any group violating the established order. Unless the established order has proven to neglect them, then we say, okay, the established order needs to change because this can't continue. Yes, it's not right that they are rioting, that they are causing trouble in the streets, but hey, you neglected them. So we wouldn't excuse the established order if they persisted in the wrong, even though the wrong has been exposed openly for all the world to see. But when it comes to black people, we are expected to just suck up all the violence done against us and to be kind and sweet so that everyone is left off the hook and nobody has to face the situation for what it is. And I'm thinking, what? Well, understand me clearly. I do not support nor endorse nor promote looting in the streets like crazy. I'm not doing that. What I'm pointing out is, you have a national administration called the United States that has failed their black population over and over again. That administration even committed crimes against them in the past, multiple times. Crimes for which many leaders did not make any amends whatsoever. And those blacks are even blamed for the consequences of the crimes committed against them. That's been going on for generations. And now that those crimes come into the light, it's way too open, it's way too blatant what's going on. Now, again, blacks in the United States reveal they have enough. If their lives are not valued by the administration, why would they regard the administration? Just think about it. Let's say you have a job. You go to your job and your boss demands you to be dedicated, to be loyal, to be all of that. But at the end of the month, they tell you, well, we don't really want to pay you. We don't really want to spend all that money, but we do expect you to keep working for us. What's going to happen? You could go to a courthouse and immediately a prosecutor will look at it and think, oh, okay. So they don't expect you to work over there. They exploited you and they don't want to pay you. Don't worry. The boss will get the government behind him. And not only does he have to pay you, he will also have to pay a fine, and he may even lose his commercial license to function as a company or as a corporation. And if that happens, everyone who works there will lose their jobs. So, no employer will get it in their mind to do something stupid like that, because there will be consequences. If you have parents who neglected you, who violated you, who still demand honor from you without being honorable, now that you're an adult and you're playing, I don't take this abuse, now they explode because you confronted them and now they want to hit you as an adult. Let's say as an adult, they try to hit you and you smack them down out of defense. The court of law may say, sir, your mom, dad came to assault you as an adult, like they did when you were a kid. You bounced them off you did not attack them, they got hurt, it's their problem. But then you have people out there who don't want to face what happened because they themselves keep sucking up everything society throws at them. So now those people become upset with you because you defend yourself against your parents. Why am I giving such parables? Because if it was an abusive employer or an abusive family, we would not have told the victim openly that they need to shut up, remain quiet, and leave us alone. Because that would backfire immediately. But now that many blacks have revealed, okay, so our lives don't matter, then this administration with private property and your economy doesn't matter either. So either we matter, or if we don't matter, then we won't regard you. You know what? That's how it's supposed to be. I'm talking about blacks in the United States, you're not strangers over there. Your ancestors were forced to live in that land. They were brought there by the British, the Dutch, the Spanish, you name it. And your ancestors built the country together with the other people who were there. So you, as descendants of those slaves that were mistreated, abused, and genocided, you have a right to be there, and that country is part of your heritage also. So, you should matter. Because politically speaking, you're native to that country. So, if that country that you're native to does not want to value your life, consequences must follow. Straight up. Am I saying we should avenge ourselves? No, because vengeance belongs to God. Vengeance is God's, repercussions are ours. Repercussions must follow the United States for the genocidal regime it covertly enforces on blacks. It's not just police genocide, there are multiple things going on in the United States that disadvantage blacks, that endanger the lives of blacks, and that they simply don't want to stop. So if internally blacks are revolting and causing trouble, look, what do you want? Do you want them to remain quiet while danger keeps haunting them in the streets? And don't talk about black sociopaths or black psychos that kill other blacks. We know that in every ethnicity there are psychos killing their own. Every ethnicity has them. Stop talking about black on black crime to divert away from the situation. Those people are targeted as scapegoats by the United States administration. And they make plain, if you come after us, it won't be easy. You will have to fight us. And that's how every group has to be. No group on the earth should tolerate genocidal violence at ease and make things easy for the oppressors. No group on earth should do that. But why is it that the world expects blacks to do that very same thing that normally we wouldn't expect for any people to do? It's the same as saying that all women should take actions against sexual violence except that girl over there. And everyone's going to tell me, why is every woman worthy of protection from sexual violence and except the girl over there? Then people are going to ask why. This doesn't add up. Yet, in the world, blacks are hated when they remind the world that they matter too. I don't care if this latest event is misused by the media and they use it for an agenda. I don't care about that. What should be mentioned is that anytime blacks make things uncomfortable on society, that same society that keeps starting them, we blame them. We call them beasts, uncivilized, savages. Hold on a minute. Why is it not American society that's a beast, a savage, for allowing such killings to happen, for allowing such abuse and neglect to happen in the black community? Oh, but now that the victimized group is making things it's causing disturbance in the east of society, now they're savages, now they need to be dealt with. So they just have to allow themselves to be raped, victimized, scammed, lied to, just as everyone is at ease against narcissistic supply. Is that it? I'm calling it for what it is. There are even believers I've seen on Facebook that are guilty of this behavior. Yes, there are looters out there who just want to take advantage of the situation, but you know what? If there was a just and beneficial administration, those looters who want to exploit wouldn't have a chance to exploit. So even the fact that they now have a chance to exploit comes because the administration is never held accountable. What's going on here on Earth with blacks shows how narcissistic the human species is without Christ. Weird, they talk about narcissistic abuse, narcissistic supply on YouTube. There are even psychologists who become experts in how to treat narcissistic abuse survivors. But we don't want to talk about the black population in many countries that are the target of collective narcissistic violence. Oh dear, we shouldn't talk about that. Because the moment we talk about that, then we need to look into the mirror and see that the world is narcissistic and that many of us are guilty for enabling the existence of this narcissistic system. And then nobody can feel good about themselves. Nobody can continue in self-righteousness. So to continue in self-righteousness, so you don't have to face yourself, you need to blame the victim. And that's what's going on with blacks. Am I saying that all black people, am I saying that all black people are victims? No, I'm saying that us as a group, we are victimized. So why is it weird that we as a group take action, and now they take action and we make things uncomfortable for the world that enables the violence, now the world's upset with us? I'm telling you, believers, this world is irredeemable. That's why you should not seek to save the world, you should seek to be delivered from the world. You should be in the world, but not of it. So, that's what I wanted to say in this video. Someone had to point this out. Why is it that all groups are expected to make things uncomfortable on the societies that afflict them except blacks? It is because the world needs a laughingstock to look down upon, to feel good about themselves. Because without a laughingstock, in this case blacks, they would have to deal with all the reprobates around them, and their social cohesion would erode. This world functions through narcissistic supply. And in order to have narcissistic supply, there should be victims. And in this world system, blacks are assigned that role of victims. Then that's supposed to relieve others. It's a pact. Are you part of it? Be at peace.